Hello there dreamers. In today's video, the big questions. What we need to build a PC? What we need to build a gaming PC? And it is easy, and we can build it ourselves? Hello there dreamers. Welcome to another DIY project with me, Crash from Dream About Anything. What we need? PC case, motherboard, processor, cooling, RAM and power supply, and storage. 6 important things. 7 important things. First we need a PC case, 1 power supply, motherboard, some storage, RAM, and of course graphic card, and of course processor. And now this stuff are leftovers from my previous upgrades, and I decided to build a secondary computer that I'll be using for streaming.
While I'm assembling this machine, I want to ask you a question. Would you try building your own computer? Nowadays, PC is one of the most accessible gaming platforms. Regardless of what it will be used for, gaming, work, entertainment or something else. There is a huge selection of components on the market at good and affordable prices. If you stay until the end of this video, you will see that it's not difficult to assemble a computer. While preparing the case, I quickly realized that something was missing. It's just not in the spirit of Dream About Anything. Therefore, I present to you my custom case, the Red Devil. If you anyone want to see how I paint it, now is the time to hit a like and subscribe to the channel, so as not to miss the video. Enough of the distraction, time to prepare the tool.
Power drill.
All kidding aside, to assemble the computer I will only need a Phillips screwdriver.
I think this is enough. Let's continue with the assembly.
I have to put all these things back in their places in the case. Nowadays gaming is not longer synonymous with expensive. Anyone can start with something budget and little by little upgrade to a decent machine. I happened to notice that one fan was different.
This one is for the back.
The fans are in place, and it's time to start on the components. There is no rule on which component to start with, so I decided to mount the power supply. That's a good start. Next is the motherboard, but before I put it in the case, it is good to install the necessary components on it. On it is necessary to place the operating memory, the processor, the storage memory and the cooler. All the components that I will put in a moment can be replaced with better ones. Before I begin, there are 2 things that should not be forgotten. The spacers on which the motherboard will be mounted, and back panel with connection holes. There are different types of cases and coolers. Coolers on the other hand have different type of capacities of cooling, depending on how powerful the processor needs to be cooled. As you watch how easy it is to install the parts, I will raise another important topic. Care should be taken in advice whether the parts are compatible, or more simply, can they work together. In general, it all depends on the motherboard, according to the socket it has and what RAM it supports. A suitable processor should be chosen, or vice versa according to the processor to choose a motherboard with the necessary socket. So far you have seen me how I put the processor and prepare the place for the cooler. The processor is not very powerful and will work well with a base cooler. This will mean that I will save on buying more powerful cooling. Now I will put the operating memory. I open the lever and gently press until it clicks. It was that easy. It is time for the storage memory. This one is M2, so I will put it in the M2 slot on the bottom and I will lock it with a bolt. The only thing left to install is the cooler.
Now, this is the tricky part. We got to apply a thermal paste between the cooler and the processor. On hand I have MX4. Yep, and now the tricky part. Small amount of here and here.
Now we are ready to put the board in the case. I almost forgot, I need to plug in the fan power cord. It is plugged into the motherboard on a socket labeled CPU fan.
And now the CPU fan have power.
I'm ready to install the motherboard. I just need to screw in the 6 screws. What you see is a very budget video card with low parameters. But it will do a great job for me. Video cards are one of the most expensive components in a computer. Their price varies depending on the performance. The more performance, the more expensive. Here you see the video card power connector. I remembered that I have an extra wireless card and decided to install it here. Connecting to the internet will be easier.
And I think our computer is almost ready. We need just to connect all the power cables and give it a try.
As they look at this cobweb of cables, many people get scared. How do I know? The first time I look like that too. There are 3 main things that need to be powered. The bottom via 24-pin connector, video card. Power cable depends on the model. And the processor, which has a separated socket on the bottom that powers it. Now all that remains is to arrange the cable so that they look nice. The other wire bundle is from the case itself. A little more knowledge is required there, but nothing complicated. I won't go into details. Final cleaning and I think I'm done. Now to see if it works. Now is the time to ask you, from what you have seen and learned so far, would you try it yourself? Please write me in the comments. I would be glad to know. Start. The system starts up and shows signs of life. The fans are spinning without one, but not a problem. I will look at it later. Here's a cool extra, a remote for the light. My second computer is finished and it's turning out pretty well, don't you think? You saw how easy it is to assemble a computer yourself.
And this is how cheap and easy you build your own PC that you can upgrade in the future. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. I was Crash from Dream About Anything. See you again in the next video.